Welcome to the Get Real with King Arthur show. And we're at the inn that we talked about last week and last year. We're at a carriage house. Remember, our metaphor is from the writings of Lord Byron, who said that January is like a place. She's removing my crown. That January is like a place where we, like an inn, where we, if we're riding a carriage, as they did in the 19th century, where we stop and rest and change horses and whatever. So we retool, as it were. And last year I talked a lot about the body and taking care of the body. And I'm not going to repeat all that advice, except you need to rest the body and take an inventory of the body and get a full physical, and you know all the rules of how to stay healthy, exercise primarily. But I'm going to talk about the spirit today. And as we take this journey, you've been on the road for a year, and you can't be on the road without suffering a number of exigencies, downers, bruises, whatever. And they can add up. And we need to get in a hot tub or something and maybe take some pills or daub up some medicine on us. We need to take care of our spirit. The poet Tennyson quotes the poet Goethe in a phrase that I like. It is that we may use our dead bodies as stepping stones to a better life. And this is how we handle our own failures and disappointments too. Do we dwell among the tombs, among our failures and disappointments, point our fingers at ourselves, or do we take the past mistakes, even worse than mistakes, errors, sins, whatever, and use those not to depress ourselves, but as stepping stones to a better self? You know, the evil one loves to tempt people with glory at doing wrong things, and then later use those actions to depress one or alienate one. And somehow we have to forgive ourselves. Now, there's one thing about excusing ourselves and forgiving ourselves, and not excusing ourselves, but forgiving our mistakes. Of course, it is true that we can take on guilt that we don't have. I recall a woman who in church said, I got feeling guilty all the time. I couldn't turn the light switch on. I felt guilty. Now, we need to renew our spirit. And the past is let us use as stepping stones, not to dwell among the tombs, among the dead bodies, but to look at our past and see what we did wrong and what we did less than successfully, and to move on to higher things. And so, dwelling on the past and on our failures just causes more failures. I don't know. forgetting some of that stuff. Maybe we need some divine help or psychiatric help or something. But we need to just say no. Sometimes when I lie asleep, all the things in the past that I can say about would've, should've, could've, let's drop that and say, yes, I was less than I should have been, could have been, but I'll use it for our next journey when we'll say it will be better. I will be advanced in my performance. And so, can we forget? We must forget, and we must move on. And I'm sure that as we sit in the hot tub and eat Queen Victoria's, the wonderful meals she has her cooks prepare, that we will renew our spirit. And so have a happy and successful new year.